Good day everyone, I'm Emay and Visto, and today I'm going to discuss the chapter 10, the organization for sales and advertisement. So here are the subtopic or the contents of this chapter that I'm going to discuss. First, the sales and marketing. Second, the marketing function. Third, channels of distribution. Fourth, kinds of goods. Fifth, market research. And sixth is price, quality, and services. And the last is advertising. So here are the learning objectives. So, at the end of the discussion, the listener must be able to identify the importance of sales, the marketing function, the distribution channel, and the kinds of goods, and to evaluate the price, quality, and services, and conduct advertising. So, next slide. So, why sales are important? So, a company's lifeblood is believed to be sales, and without them, it would not last very long rather than simply receiving orders. Selling entails locating potential customers and encouraging them to make a purchase. So when business conditions are bad, the necessity of the sales department becomes apparent. So next slide. Here are the first content that I'm going to discuss. So here are the sales and marketing. So sales as a department of an enterprise is but a manifestation of the bigger business function of marketing. Very often sales and marketing are used interchange. So, marketing has been defined as the business activities involved in the flow of goods and services. It is part of the function of marketing to take the goods from the producers and make them available to the consumers rather. So, marketing also develop a demand for goods and then find the goods that will satisfy that demand. That's it. So the next slide is the marketing function. So in the marketing of industry, commercial, and consumer goods, certain inescapable tasks must be performed. These tasks are called marketing functions. So these functions are buying, selling, transportation, storage, standardization, finance, risk taking, and proving of market information. So here, let's tackle first the buying. So this comprises deciding on the type of commodities to purchase, the desired quality, and the appropriate amount required for the stated purpose. Additionally, the buyer must choose the sources of the desired commodities. So, the second one is the selling. So, capitalistic economics are characterized by speculative production. The manufacturer of goods before others from them for them are received. Manufacturers produce the things they think consumer will want and then try to sell them. So selling can be divided into three parts. So here are the personal selling, advertising one has been called impersonal selling, and the last is the sales promotion. So the third one is the transportation. Transport goods must be transported. In most cases, from where they are produced to where they will be consumed. So this function involved the use of railroads, waterways, motor trucks, pipelines, and airlines. Transportation has a dual duty to perform. Goods must be taken to where you want, then when you want them, and vice versa. Vice versa. And the fourth is the storage. So in several commercial sector, product must be created well in advance of when they are to be sold and held for varied length of time. So the storage function is carried out by the manufacturer, wholesalers, and the retailer who also store in items to verify degrees. Although many enterprises have the means to store their own product, others employ the resources of storage warehouse companies. So sa mga dagko nga mga company like Coca-Cola, eh, and so on. So the fifth is the standardization. So the development and maintenance of standard are valuable in helping buyers and sellers transact. Business is an intelligent and helpful manner. So there may be standard of quality such as weight and measures and containers and sizes, or standard of quality which are concerned with such differences in goods as grade, substance, wearability, and serviceability. And the sixth is the market finance. So, in the goods are paid for immediately, the buyer must provide the necessary fund, which may be either his own or those that he has borrowed. In payment, if payment is postponed, the seller extends credit to the buyer for a period of time, and those temporarily assume that burden of financing that transaction. Na patungan. So, and then the next is the market risk. So, the mere act of owing goods carries with its inescapable burden of assuming certain risk in connection with them. These risks arise from the following possibilities. So first, the goods may be damaged or destroyed in some manner. Second, they may deteriorate and become unusable or useless. So third is they may be stolen. So the fourth is the price may move unforbearable. So and the last is fifth is the goods may be rendered obsolete by new inventions or style. Even if he no longer owns the item when they are offered on credit, the seller still takes a risk because the buyer can default on his obligations. So, okay, 8 is the market information. So, the term assembling refers to the bringing under one management of goods, which may then be sorted, graded, and stored for current of later distribution. Wholesaler who gather products from hundreds of thousands of producers for resale to retail perform the act of assembly. This information conveys topics such as prices, the intent of the market, consumers' preference, the character of the demands and condition of supply. So, draw certain and grading goods with a particular size from quality of other distinguishing features and a group together in one category, lumber in rated, it was sorted egg. So many goods are produced by agricultures, fisheries of other extractive or genetic sectors. So the next slide is the place of the sale place of the sale department in the organization. So, the other crucial company activities in manufacturing of or production and sales is one of them. So, the quality of the product and the price is it can be sold at had be had have a significant impact on sales. Success, unfortunately, poor sales and management will prevent many goods items from being accepted by consumers. The inherent value of the product being offered is essential for successful sales. So the next slide is the sales organization. So the sales organization should be developed to meet the specific needs of the enterprise. The organization structure, however, is influenced by many factors among which are first the nature of product, second the nature of the market sought, third the marketing plan, fourth the outgrowth of custom of tradition. The fifth is the size of the company and volumes of sales. Then the last is the organization philosophy of the top management. So the next slide is the nature of the product. So the company should choose the type of organization best suited to market the product. For instance, industrial or producers' goods are often sold direct of the customer or with a minimum of channel of distribution. Many types of business goods are technically in nature and those requires an engineering consultant to sell them. A soft drink may require a large of advertising and promotion department. So the next is the nature of market sought. So the nature of the market to be served influence the type of sales organization. The market for consumers goods is broad. The market for producers good is more restricted. A company desire for manufacturing product for two distinct market, the high price market and the low price market, may have two separated sales operate organization. So the plan of marketing is often governed by the nature of the product as well as by the market desire, although they are not the only basis of selecting particular plan. Mm. So the manufacturer, for instance, may sell the woman sock her sleeve but produces through any of a combination of the following methods. So first, direct to the first, direct to the consumer, either through personal selling or the mail orders. Second, through wholesalers or tailors to the consumers. The third, through selling agent. The fourth, through company branches to their dealers. The last is any combination of the foregoing. A company may plan an intensive merchandising effort. It may concentrate in urban areas or in its sales effort at a particular types of customer. Whatever uh, is adopted will affect the structure of the sales organization. Any plans selected definitely determines the sales of organization structure best suited to carry it out. So the customs and tradition. Customs and tradition is influential in determining the channel to be used for market. The product and the particular channel suggested certain types of sales organization. Certain companies break with customs and select channels they deem best and which are noticeable in the press frequent attempts to fit organization to the capacities of valuable sales personnel. So the next slide is the size of the company. So the size of the enterprise and its sales volume had much to do with the organization of the sales force. So the small enterprises may have no separate sales research, so advertising or promotional department, whereas the large enterprise may have these departments attached to the parent organization. So large enterprises may also have similar departments for the respective operation division. So the last one is the philosophy of the management. So one company may be inclined to believe in highly centralized management with all major discussion in relation to credit. So advertising and so forth confirm to the home office. On the other hand, another company may follow the practice of promotion, decentralized sales activities. Both companies may operate branches in various cities as a matter of convenience for physical supply. So the next is the essential function of selling efforts. So market making sales does not mean merely taking orders. So it means locating more and more possible user of the product or service and persuading them to buy. Selling may be divided into three functions, namely, first, finding out what people want and need. So the second, finding people who want or need it. And the third is getting orders from them. So every problem in sales must be viewed from the standpoint of the buyers or customers. The consumers needs, desire, preferences, belief, habits, and even shortcoming constitute an important determinant of the product offered. What human needs extend that it's not only satisfactorily supplied, may be a useful question to ask if you are looking for new product or service. So, in a broader sense, however, selling may take on more diversified activities. In a big marketing organization, the function of the selling would be further subdivided into the following function. So here are the first, the product planning and development. This function finds out that what consumers want and need. It seeks to satisfy the desires of buyers. It determines the kind, form, style, and quality that the goods to be sold should possess. So the second function is the contractual function. So this refers to the task of seeking out and locating buyers. When salesmen go from establishment to establishment looking for buyer, who may want their goods, they are engaged in this function. So the third function is demand creation. So this is essentially the task of advertising. Selling is not involved merely in satisfying existing need. It also creates new desire and demands. So the fourth is the negotiation. So the sales must negotiate with the buyers on quality, quantity, shipment, payment, and other incidental of the sales. There has to be a meeting of the minds. So the last function is the contractual. So the sales transfer title over his good to the buyer. This is done through the contract, whether verbal or written. So here are the next content or subtopic that I'm going to discuss is the channel of distribution. So, the processes used to get things from the producer or manufacturer to the consumer are referred to as the channel of distribution. So, it speaks of the producer used to transfer ownership of things. So, businesses that provide services rather than producing goods usually sell their goods directly. The customers, however, choosing the right distribution channel is crucial per producer. The techniques of distribution have changed significantly over the past few years due to changes in consumers' behavior, transportation, communication, and market locations. The following channels may be employed in the movement of goods from a manufacturer to the consumers. So, here are the first. From the manufacturer directly to the consumers. A manufacturer may sell his good directly through the use of company salesman to retail outlet owned by the company and selling only its products or through mail order. So from the manufacturer to a retail to the final consumer, items for personal consumption may be sold through this channel. So, from the manufacturer to the wholesalers to the retailers to the consumer, this channel is usually called the orthodox or the normal channel because it is most often used. Grocery, hardware, drugs, and dry goods move from the manufacturer to the consumer in this fashion. So, from the manufacturer through sales agent to the wholesaler to the retailer and final to the consumer. Very often, this channel is lengthened further that when two or more wholesalers or two or more retailers are involved in the chain. So, the work of the various channels may more efficient. The marketing function may be examined. The work according to the following parts of the flow of goods may take. So, are the first, the through jobbers. Second, direct to retailers. Third, direct to consumers. The fourth is through brokers or agents. So let's tackle first that through jobbers. So the jobbers brings together the goods from various factories, warehouses, them and then markets them to the merchant. By doing this, the jobbers take on the rest of price, fluctuation, products obsolescence or damage, and failures to repay customers in extended credit. According to the requirements of the retailer, the buyers also sort and ships the merchandisers. So here are the second, the direct to retailers. So the direct distribution by the manufacturer to the retailers has some direct distinct advantage, which may be as follow. First, by directly interacting with the retailer. The first point of sales, the producer is able to better understand the preferences of the consumers. So the second is if the producers the direct contact with the retailer, he has more control over the product eventual sale. In addition, in having a stronger chance of influencing retail prices, events, and other elements that determine how well linked his uh, product is among consumers and consumers. He cultivates his own personal networks and goods. So, third is the lower selling cost result from selling products to retailing as opposed to jobbers who store the goods first before repacking or reshipping them to the retailers. So, direct consumers. The majority of industrial equipment is sold directly to end users since it's challenging to the jobbers or retailers to find employers with us necessary expertise to sales and services such devices. Effectively, the direct to consumers approach has been employed to some extent by producers or many different sort of consumers goods. Then the next is through broker or agent. So the distribution of the farm products, particular animals and fresh fruits and vegetables makes heavy use of the broker or agent. In the real estate industry, it is noteworthy how important the broker function is one of the road of distribution. In such cases, the broker adds another connection between the producer and the consumers. Then the next topic that I want to discuss is the kinds of goods. Of course, both manufacturer and consumers item may be marketed by the sales market manager. Those products utilized in the additional manufacturer of the other goods are referred to as producers. Goods are or industrial goods purchasing of the consumer products may buy them for their own consumption. Producer goods are divided into four categories. So first, raw materials. Second, they fabricated parts. Third is equipment and supplies. Then fourth is which are goods needed in production but do not enter the product itself. Raw materials include iron ore, lumber, cotton, chemicals, or agriculture products, fabricated parts such as parts used in automobiles, radios, refrigerators, and other appliances and equipment such as machinery and conveyors, office equipment, and the like. The market of manufacturing industrial items is highly concentrated. There are few purchases, but when the three are buyers, they make significant signal purchases. When consumers choose to purchase, a producer's good technical issues frequently enter the pictures. Consumers desire to the product create from them which are the demand drives the demand for these items. So, the next is the consumers goods are split into the four categories of convenience shopping, specialty, and sold product is a classification shape based on consumer behavior. First is convenience goods, second shipping, third is the specialty, and fourth is also goods. Then convenience goods are those that consumers want to purchase right away with the least amount of effort and where they feel there is little to gain from comparing prices and product quality. Example it includes cigarettes, soap, medication, newspaper, magazine, chewing gum, candy, and majority of grocery items. So, three subtypes of convenience goods can also distinguish once again based on how consumer perceive and select product. There are the three subs category here: emergency, impulse, and staple. So the second is the shipping goods. Are products that consume purchase and compare the cost and quality of different brands by visiting many stores, checking other out user reviews, and reading advertisement. Homogeneous and heterogeneous shipping goods can be categorized according to what buyers looking for. So the third is the specialty items. Are those that consumers are determined to define and will search for until they do. Example include priceline, dinnerware, jewelry, fine watches, cars, and formal attire. So the fourth and the last is the also goods. Are products that prospective buyers don't yet want, are unaware they can purchase or aren't hunting for. Example include cemeteries, memorial parks, encyclopedias, or etc. So the next is the continuous sales research necessary. So to stay current with changes in both products and markets, may companies keep research bureaus operation creating new products and enhancing existing one is one of sales. So research most crucial goals. It can be difficult to determine whether to promote suppress product whether it's compound so far ahead is of its expected release. So the fifth topic that I'm going to discuss is the market research. Cattle, sorry. So, a current market may be oversupplied or undersupplied. What is required in a well supplied or oversupply? So, market it is to announce the new product and see that is the problem to meet and overcome competition. So there are five directs that may be taken to the meet competition, and one of all which may be necessary as well as may be determined by the market study and the research department. The directions are function, or price, quality, service, terms, and products. So, the next topic is price is important. Yes, when competition is mentioned, many people think only of price. So price is important, but not all important. A product that is poor in quality, but if has a low price, cannot maintain a market that demands a high quality. So on the other hand, is a better quality product that has the same price as competing product will have be a little difficult maintaining in markets. So, in business, in a competition, a low price is more attractive than a high price. So quality is not all important but plays an important part in business. A competition in materials or goods or purchasing or sale. The price has a definite bearing on the cost on which the resale price will be figured. So what is the quality? So the term quality goods does not mean what many consumers think it means. For quality extends at different levels. Consumers do not easily forget the lowering of the quality of goods that has long been fixed at a certain level. Goods may be classified according to key levels of quality, such as best quality, high quality, good quality, medium quality, and standard quality. So, here are the relation of quality, price, and services. So, quality and price are powerful factors in meeting competition, but they must supplement each other to be whole effective. So, a new manufacturer or producer employ other method for breaking into the establishment market, and one effective method is rendering a superior service. So very often car owners patronize gasoline station because of the service and not the brand of the gasoline sold. So terms. The fourth computation factors is terms. So, but it is not as significant as price, quality, and service terms. Include monetary and trade discount, and they refers to the time frame even inclined for many account payments. So, the trade discounts is the deduction that is permitted for trading. So, by manufacturing to store, wholesaler, or other wholesale. So the next is planning and sales promotion. So effective direction of the sales effort of the enterprise requires carefully planning or routine operations, special and attention to promote promotional work and dramatic leadership in entire program to affect the conceived planning. The following are required. So here are the qualified first qualified personal force. The second is special approach. Then the third is study of market and territories. So here are the personal persons. So, the sales manager is responsible for the hiring of quality personnel to perform each function. He arrives broad policies as the product selection, development price, marketing method, the credit with other executives or equal a higher rank. The sales management manager should be a person the health and vitality because the demands upon his time and energy are usually great. So, here are the special approach. So, sales promotion also requires special approach, which include constructive imagination. It is to be creative and not merely repetition or previous effort. So, the next is the study of markets and territories. So, sales planning involves the study of market and territories. It requires an analysis of past results trends in industry, and the consideration of materials business condition. In determining the sales plan of the ensuing period, the central office may use the files combined with other information in the position. So, are the field sales force? No, geographical division is used to divide sales organization in the field. A region may be divided into districts such as the Leyte Summer District, the Cebu Bohol District, and the Negros District. The direction of the salesman may be centralized and handled by the home office or decentralized and handled by regional supervisor. So, sales promotions activities are designed to supplement and assist direct selling efforts. Here are the last topic that I'm going to discuss is the advertising. Advertising is defined as any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, and services by an identified sponsors. So the definition involves four key elements. So here are the paid form, non-personal presentation, ideals and service as well as goods, and the last is they identified sponsors. So advertising is an integral factors in modern marketing. Its motive is to create demand for a particular product for service advertising. Especially strive in present and advertising in item in a favorable light, for instance. So advertising carried by the trades association seek for the further demand for the product of the industrial representation as represented by the acquisition. So here are the advertising departments. So the advertising management is the member of the sales team reporting to the sales management and the being part of the sales function. In some cases, where are the major selling effort in built around advertising, the sales department and the advertising department are separate but report to the same general management. The next is the purpose of the advertising. So, the study of business show that advertising is under the numerous purposes. Some companies, however, have not given adequate of the true due to the question of exactly that what they are trying to accomplish with their advertising. So, among the purposes of the advertising that may be mentioned are the following: bringing customers of the place where goods are sold. So the store tries to sell substantial qualities of this merchandise, advertise to get customers into the store. Retail store frequently use advertising for this purpose. So department stores are used advertising in similar manners, features, different price appeals. Some stores owner even employ designs of manufacturer or clothing to give lectures on whatever attractive aspect may be said about the particular product sold. Here are the second, the reproceeding customers to ask for specific products. So, the number of advertising the technique are used to induce customers through the psychological or emotional influence. When you buy aspirin, you are the instant on a given brand because it is pure, it dissolves readily, and it acts more quickly. Children, the television program is sponsored by the manufacturing as food product. Um, a program consisted of Cowboy Story or the Mickey Mouse serial arouses the instant of interest of children. So here are the third, assisting salesman in marketing sales. Incentive advertising is used for the manufacturer to familiarize the customer within the product. Other companies provide attractive windows, display, and store decoration that serve the dual purpose of the creating consumer interest and benefit the retail. So here are the fourth, producing direct sales. So advertising may be used to proceed the customer to make direct orders purchasing. For instance, catalogs or mail order. Houses present houses present merchandise in such a way that is customers can write out an order. Some patent medicine companies may extensive use of advertising for the purpose producing direct orders. So the last is they building institutional goodwill. So all advertising is expected to build goodwill, but in some cases this may be the primary objects. For instance, small loan companies have distracted a large number of profit to housewives. Of the selection of merchandise intelligent predictors, the primary purposes of the distribution of this profit is to build goodwill towards the company. So here are the other purposes that advertisement. So, in addition to foregoing to the following purposes of the other, also the Burfin cited. So, first, it is price and keep within the reasonable limits. The advertising, second, advertising facilities and utilities. Utilize the advantages of standardization. The third is the advertising enables customers to save time and effort. Then the fourth is advertising resort in goodwill with leads to repeat sales and enables to opening a new market. The expansion of present news and the retention of old ones. The fifth is the advertising stabilize production by encouraging buying them. Normal buying is low. Then the sixth is the use of ethical advertising benefit the whole industry. So, marketing. Marketers tries to draw in attention of their products or services to say the media that affects convey their sales messages. Poorly conducted advertising result in mediocre or even morally reprehensible pictures on radio, television program, or ugly billboards. So advertising may also encourage consumers to buy things they cannot afford should not buy. So next, there are many media through there's manufacturing a merchant has who has decided to advertise can set this message before the public. The great problem is the advertisers is to select the tight media to be most effective in each particular medium. Broadly, media may be classified as follows. First is periodical media. So here are the newspaper, magazine, dictionaries, journal, and program. So the second is broadcast media, the television and radios. Then the third is mass media, so the outdoors or the poster, billboard, electric spectaculars, transportation, car cards, transit radio. Then the point of sales display or novelties. So the cinema or theater advertisement. So and fourth is direct mail media. So follow up letters, circulars, catalog, broadsides, package insert. Rarely does in single company use all the different media of advertising. Usually, companies select those that will accomplish its objectives economically. So, and that's all for chapter 10, the organization for sales and advertising. So, and according to Gary Vernichuk, there is no sales without the story, no knockout without the setup.